guys, and what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I am Pepper, and today we are going to be doing a starter home. And so for this build, I did keep it really basic. It is kind of a boxy home, which I didn't want to do, but I did run out of money, so that happens sometimes, you know. But I think it still ended up pretty cute, especially with how I decorated the inside. And so I kind of started out with this shoebox shape, as you can see. And I knew off the bat that I wanted to make it 2 floors. And I did want to make it kind of like a townhome kind of feel. But it is a 1-bedroom home, and so you can have either 1 or 2 Sims living here in the 1-bedroom. The upstairs is pretty much just the bedroom, and I don't remember exactly how I laid everything out, so we shall see that together. And then I'm just showing here how I did the shell of the build. I kind of had in mind already like where I wanted things to go, and I thought I might, you know, just kind of like change it up as things went on. Sorry if you hear like some bass or something, but my neighbors are outside cranking up the bass, so yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I mean, it's Sunday afternoon, anybody can do whatever they want, but it's not good for my video. Anyway, if you hear that, sorry about that. So, yeah, I kept the bathroom pretty simple. Upstairs, it's just a bath, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And so this home I had made for a sim that is a writer, probably a poetry writer. And so, that's what I did with it, but I mean, you can put any starter sim here. I didn't really make it too specific on the things that were inside the house because I did want to keep it cost friendly, especially because starter homes are usually under 20,000. And to be honest, I did extend a little bit the amount of money that I did use for this build because I don't know, I think I spared like $1 or a simoleon, I guess you could say. But I figure, you know, like after you buy the house, you just go around town and maybe pick up some flowers and, you know, dig around for something, and then you'll just, you know, get a few simoleons if you want to start out like that, you know, and not use any cheats to get simoleons. But yeah, I did kind of, you know, extend it out, but I put it on a lot that you can build on, so you can definitely expand the house if you wanted to. You can also, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. You can expand the house if you want to. You can add inside as well. I did leave a little bit of space. I could have made this house a little bit smaller, but I decided that I did want to put some quality items in there, so that's why I did use a lot of the simoleons. So as you can see when you, well, okay, so I remember now. So I do a small kitchen area right before the stairs. And then I think I do a little dining area right on the right hand side when you enter, and the living room on the left. So if I remember correctly, I think that's how we did it. And I like the setup. I don't end up using that table. I end up switching that out for another one. But I like the way that it ended up. It is pretty small, but it's spacious enough so that you can have friends over if you want to, and you can also build your family if you want to. So like, let's say you start off with a single sim, and then you find a lover perhaps, and you want to build a family with them. You can have them move in with you, and then it'll be just fine for 2 sims living together, because I did put a double bed in this house. And so you can have 2 sims living here just fine. And then if you want to have a baby, then I would recommend, you know, perhaps branching out a little bit. I mean, you could definitely, you know, change some stuff up and add a toddler bed maybe. And I mean, for the really tiny house builders, I'm pretty sure you could figure that out like with no problem without adding. But if you wanted some space, you could definitely expand this house, and I would recommend that if you were planning to grow. But it is good for a starter home. So it's kind of like a townhome feel, and I did make it orange because I wanted it to be kind of bright. I am adding this house into my neighborhood that I'm building, where I am trying to rebuild all of the houses. And I know that's going to be quite the project, but I am already prepared for it, and I'll be sharing my builds along the way with you guys. So this one's, yeah, just like a really basic starter home, and it does have small home capability. So if you go to like the tiny home on the top left and you click on the little house and you put that you want to make it a tiny home residential, you can actually make it into a small house. It doesn't qualify for a tiny home or micro home because it's just bigger than that. But it does qualify for the small home, so you do get the perks that do come along with that. And so, yeah, if you want to play with it under that kind of setting, then you do get all of the benefits that come along with having a small home. So that's something that's nice about that. So that's also something to think about, you know, before expanding, that if you are going to expand to this house, you would lose those benefits because, I don't know, you just still have those benefits in regular houses. So, yeah, so I did decide to go with kind of a neutral theme, but with pops of color of orange and blue. And then there's kind of like that, I really like that teal color on those kitchen counters. That's like one of my favorite colors to use, but I don't use it very often, to be honest. But when I do want color, I gravitate to those kind of colors a lot. And so, yeah, this is pretty much, I think I just kind of do some editing around the house. I do like adding some details. Like I love those, when there's like the big windows like that, I love putting those curtains, just 3 of them on there instead of just 2. I don't know, I just think it just adds like something a little extra instead of just having the 2 on the sides and just be plain. And then it kind of looks like it's missing a bar in the middle when you don't put the middle one on there. So yeah, I like just to put 3 of them. I just think it looks a lot better. And I really like that mirror that I put on top of the dresser as well, with the gold. I think it's super pretty. I think it's from one of the glamour ones, I might be wrong. It could be the celebrity pack. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I'm not the best when it comes to the building and which pack comes with what. I don't like go into it and I'm like, oh yeah, this chair came with Get Famous, or like this vase came with, you know, my first pet stuff. Like I don't think about that kind of stuff. I always think about it like, oh, we have all of this. Like this is what I have to choose from. Let me see if this works with what I'm trying to build now. Like I never think about it like any other way. But you guys could let me know, like, do you guys purposely, like, memorize what is where? Does it kind of just stick to your brain? Or are you like me, where you just have no idea about what came with what pack and you just kind of build as you go? But anyway, so yeah, I'm just putting some details along the house. I know it's a super plain shell of a house, but I did give it a front porch just to give it a little bit of something. So it's not like one of my renovation builds where I like make it better than a Sims build. But I did want to just keep it really basic. I hate the fact that the back of the house is flat. I don't remember if I put a window in the back or not. Even on the top floor, I'm pretty sure that I don't. And it just looks kind of ugly. And I know, I could have changed it, but I had already done everything inside and everything looked nice, like how I wanted it to inside. And so I just figure, you know, it's a starter home, and as it expands, it leaves room to grow. So I figure it's the perfect space for something to be put behind it. But I also ran out of money, and that's like the biggest reason why I didn't add to it. I would have added to it if I was doing something where I was doing a build where I didn't have to budget, but because I wanted to do a starter home, I decided to not do anything to the back. And because of that, I was able to keep it as a small home. So for player benefit, I guess it's better. I mean, who really looks at the back of the house when you play anyway, right? Like, I mean, I granted it does look a little bit awkward if you look from behind, like for screenshot purposes, but you can add stuff to it, like you can add a backyard if you wanted to and fence it in. There's plenty of space back there. I also didn't add a lot of stuff in the landscaping area just because I did run out of money, and I also was playing around with like what to do with the front just to make something interesting, but I ended up going with, I think, just a regular stone path in the end. And then those 2 trees. And then when I was building this, it was during like the beginning of spring for my gameplay, and I didn't change the seasons on it, so that's why the trees look like they don't have any leaves on them or anything. But if you go later into spring or into summer, you will see that they will have a bunch of leaves and stuff on them, and so you'll be able to see how plush they are, and they really do help the aesthetic. But we are going to be coming into screenshots shortly here, so I just wanted to remind you guys to give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, and also subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Also ring the bell for notifications for every time that I post. And if you like this video, you can also download it from the gallery with my name, SIMplyPepper1. Bye!